7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's get inside, get these pieces cleaned up, and do a little bit of wrapping. All right, guys, so we've got the stuff laid out that I'm gonna need to wrap the interior trim pieces. So I'm gonna flip the camera around and show you what we're working with, and we'll get this party started. All right, so we have got the precision cutting tools here. Just an art razor. I've got some cotton swab. I've got the cotton pad so I can do the bigger areas. Make sure there aren't any oils on it or anything. Make sure we get really good adhesion. Heat gun. Then we've got the interior trim pieces, of course. Center console shift trim, HVAC bezel from the driver's side, our radio bezel, and then the long piece that runs from the passenger side door, HVAC, all the way over to the heater controls. And so that's what we're going to be wrapping today. We'll move on to the door trim once I feel comfortable with how this looks and if I like the colors and what it looks like inside the car. So long as I like everything and how this pans out today, we'll go ahead and do the door trim as well. I did wash these trim pieces. I wanted to make sure they were nice and dry, and I figured washing plastic was kind of boring. So I just used some hot water and Dawn dishwashing soap just to strip it of anything that might be on there. Just gave them a really good wipe, and then we'll do one more final with the 70% alcohol. All right, guys, so before I get too far ahead of myself, I want to show you what we got as far as the color of wrap that I ended up going with. I ordered from Metro Restyling. I would definitely highly recommend them. Their customer service was fantastic. This was actually not in stock when I ordered it. I got a message saying, hey, this isn't in stock. Would you like us to recommend another option, or would you like to wait? And so I opted to wait for it. They shipped it out the next day, kept me updated throughout the whole process, which is really awesome. I thought it was really nice that they reached out to ask if I would like to try something else on their recommendation. Definitely a huge shout out to Metro Restyling for helping out with the great customer service. So let's pop this open and check out the color of interior wrap I decided to go with. All right, so I got way too much of this. This thing is forever long. This is Avery Dennison Satin Black. My biggest pet peeve with the interior and pretty much every Subaru that I've ever owned is that hardly any of the surface finishes match. You know, with my car, you've got the gray, you've got the silver, you've got the black, you've got the, whatever else. So, I feel like going with something like this and having all uniform, I think it's going to look great. I think we're going to wrap the biggest piece first, which is going to be that dash trim piece, and then we'll go from there. We don't need a huge piece for this. This is going to probably be perfect. We'll be able to have a nice amount of overlay, and it'll be perfect for what we're doing with it. All right, so we're going to wipe this down. I'm going to start with the back and just take this Q-tip with some alcohol and just go around all the inside edges where I'm going to be sealing that wrap against the trim. And you can see how black it's getting. All right, we're gonna let that sit for a minute. Once it's dry, I'm gonna hit it with a microfiber and knock some of the dust off. And then we're gonna attempt to wrap. We've made it kind of to the halfway point of this piece. I'm really glad I started with this piece because it is the absolute hardest piece that I'll probably wrap. Alright guys, we've come to the point where I've got to finish this piece off with the heater vent. So here's our progress up to this point. We got the bottom totally tucked. It's looking good. Finished product. It's probably gotten quite a bit darker in here since I started. What's up, guys? We finally made it back out to the car. That was a process I probably haven't wrapped in 3 or 4 years at least. It took a little while for me to get the hang of it again, but I finally got into the rhythm and got it knocked out. So this is the conclusion. So let's get the camera flipped around so you guys can see this.